Option A, sanitary landfills are sites where waste is isolated from the environment until it is safe. It is also used mostly in high-income countries. Option B, incineration, is the burning of garbage. Option C, discharge to sewers, streams, and rivers, is point pollution and can cause problems to aquatic ecosystems. Option D, chemical treatment, is the breakdown of hazardous waste into non-toxic gases. Option E, biological treatment, is the using of microorganisms to convert matter into wastewater and into simple substances. For question number 1, which method reduces the volume of waste but could release toxic emissions into the atmosphere? The answer is B, incineration. Question number 2, which method is used most frequently in the United States today? It would be A, sanitary landfills. Number 3, which method introduces microorganisms to break down hazardous organic compounds? The answer is E, biological treatment. Number 4, which method would be best suited for neutralizing the acidic components of waste? The answer is D, chemical treatment. Option A is Africa, which is very dry and hot. Option B is the closest to the ocean out of the 5 choices. Option C is Southeast Asia. Option D is the United States, which has population growth and is a more developed country. Option E is South America and has the most tropical rainforest out of the 5 choices. Number 5, the location where the greatest number of people would be directly affected by a rise in ocean level would be option B because they are the closest to the ocean. Number 6, the location of the greatest remaining natural biodiversity would be option E because that is where the rainforests are and it is not developed yet. Number 7, the location where desertification is occurring most rapidly would be option A because that is Africa, where it is very dry and hot. And number 8, the location where the size of the human population is the most stable would be option D in the United States. For questions 9 through 12, option A, commensalism, is where one organism has a positive effect and one has no effect. Option B, parasitism, one organism has a positive effect and the other has a negative. Option C, mutualism, both organisms have a positive effect. And predation, which is option D, one organism has a positive effect and one has a negative. In option E, competition, both organisms have a negative effect. Number 9, exemplified by ticks feeding on a deer, would be B, parasitism. Number 10, exemplified by starlings displacing bluebirds from nesting sites, would be E, competition. Number 11, exemplified by bees consuming nectar and carrying pollen from one flower to another flower, would be C, mutualism. And number 12, exemplified by moss growing on a tree trunk in a forest, would be A, commensalism. For questions 13 through 16, option A, heat flow, is energy will be transferred from hot to cold. Option B, kinetic energy, is motion. Option C, potential energy, can be described as position. Option D, the first law of thermodynamics, is the law that where energy cannot be created or destroyed. Option E, the second law of thermodynamics, is the quality of energy deteriorates over time. Number 13, matter in motion has energy, is option B, kinetic energy. Number 14, energy is transferred from one object to another as the result of a temperature difference, is A, heat flow. Number 15, an energy transformation occurs and results in increased disorder, is E, the second law of thermodynamics. Number 16, the amount of energy in an isolated system stays constant, is D, the first law of thermodynamics. For questions 17 through 20, option A, biomass, is renewable, uses plants, like plants or animals. Option B, wind, is created by the sun and is renewable. Option C, tidal energy, is a form of hydroelectric and is renewable. Option D, nuclear fission, is non-renewable, inefficient, and hazardous. Option E, sunlight, is renewable and uses in its PV cells. Number 17, the source that produces long-lived hazardous waste is D, nuclear fission. Number 18, the source that is converted directly into electrical energy by photovoltaic cells is E, sunlight. Number 19, the source whose use is a direct cause of deforestation is A, biomass. Number 20, the source that is non-renewable, that is not renewable, is option D, nuclear fission. For questions 21 to 24, option A, acidity can be described as pH levels. Option B, turbidity, is the cloudiness which is caused by particles in water. Option C, hardness, can be described as calcium and magnesium in the water. Option D, dissolved oxygen, is affected by temperature, the volume of water. Option E, salinity, is the amount of salt. Number 21, measured on the pH scale, is option A. Number 22, caused by suspended particles, is option B, turbidity. 23, decreased by the breakdown of organic waste, is D, dissolved oxygen. Number 24, measured by the amount of calcium and magnesium, is option C, hardness. For questions 25 through 28, option A, carbon dioxide, is a greenhouse gas and is absorbed by plants. Option B, carbon monoxide, can be very harmful when inhaled and is a greenhouse gas. Option C, methane, is waste from cows and is a greenhouse gas. Option D, radon, comes from rocks and is found in homes. Option E, sulfur dioxide, can be found in acid rain and is a greenhouse gas. Number 25 is an important precursor to acid rain, is E, sulfur dioxide. Number 26 has a stronger affinity for hemoglobin than oxygen has, is B, carbon monoxide. Number 27 has been implicated as the cause of as much as 50% of lung cancer cases, is D, radon. Number 28 is a flammable gas produced by landfills, is C, methane. Number 29, ozone in the stratosphere is important to organisms at Earth's surface because ozone molecules are very strong absorbers of. The answer choice would be B, ultraviolet rays. Infrared rays come from the sun and are not absorbed. Microwaves heat food and are not absorbed. Visible light rays are visible to human eye and not absorbed. X-rays are used on Earth at doctors' offices and are not absorbed. Number 30, reasons that human populations historically have settled in food plains include which of the following? The answer choice would be C, 1 and 2 only. 31, the National Environmental Policy Act of 1969 required all agencies responsible for a major federal project that could significantly affect the quality of the environment to file which of the following? The answer choice is C, an environmental impact statement. The rest were not required by NEPA. 32, all of the following are considered toxic metal pollutants except the answer choice would be E, potassium. Cadmium is found in food and secondhand smoke and is harmful. B, chromium causes respiratory problems and cancer. C, lead can cause lead poisoning and is very harmful. D, mercury damages the nervous system and is found in thermometers and is very harmful. Number 33, which of the following actions would be the most effective in decreasing acid rain and acid deposition problems? The answer choice would be B, reducing the use of fossil fuels. Using higher smokestack does not help at all. Developing acid-resistant crops doesn't attack the main problem. Adding lime to acid lakes doesn't attack the main problem. And relocating power plants to areas of lower population doesn't affect its environmental impact. Number 34, in general, which of the following is the best long-term method of preventing extinctions? The answer choice would be B, protecting the habitats of endangered species. Breeding endangered species in captivity is not very helpful. Paying people not to kill endangered species is not the best solution. Providing food to endangered species in the wild is not the best solution. Could be very harmful. And removing predators from areas that contain endangered species could be very harmful. Which of the following is most likely to occur in a forested region that has been recently clear-cut? The answer choice would be A. The concentration of nitrates in streams running through the region will increase. For option B, this doesn't change it. Option C, temperatures would rise. Option D, runoff would rise. Option E, landslides would rise. For number 36, zero population growth is associated with option E, phases 1 and 4. Number 37, the rate of population growth starts to slow down, at which point it would be at option C, at the beginning of phase 3. Number 38, which of the following is most likely the primary cause of high death rates in phase 1? Would probably be D, infant and child mortality. Number 39, which of the following best shows the process of evolution? Would be option D, a population of mosquitoes develops resistance to pesticide. Number 40, most data indicate that during the past 100 years, mean global annual temperature has, the answer is D, increased by 0.5 Celsius. Number 41, according to the information in the graph above, which of the following would most effectively slow the loss of arable land? It would be B, reducing urban development. Option A is a small percentage. Option C is a small percentage. Option D is a small percentage. And option E, the money doesn't matter, the environmental impact does. Number 42, environmentalists oppose the mining of Antarctic mineral resources because C, the Antarctic environment is fragile and extremely vulnerable to the disturbance that would accompany development. Option A, there is no environmental issue. Option B, it is false. Option D, it is non-renewable. Option E, the demand would rise. Number 43, fragmenting one large park or preserve into many small parks with human habitation in between them is most likely to lead to which of the following? The answer would be A, reduction in species diversity. Option B would be the opposite would occur. Option C, edge habitat would increase. Option D, it would decrease because of they're separated. Option E, they would decrease because there's less prey. Number 44, which of the following metals is considered an energy resource? The answer would be A, uranium. Option B is used for medicine. Option C is used for thermometers. Option D is used for electricity conductors. Option E is used in jewelry and automobiles. Number 45, of the following, which constitutes the greatest percent of domestic use of water in the United States? It would be A, flushing toilets, because it is at 19%. Option B, drinking is at 11%. C, cooking is at 10%. D, washing dishes is at 5%. And E, washing clothes is at 15%. Number 46, which of the following best describes soils in many tropical rainforests? The answer would be B, they are quickly depleted of nutrients when their forest is removed. A, that is false. Option C, they are similar to soils and grasslands. This is incorrect because nutrients are poor opposed to rich in grasslands. Option D, they are well suited for growing a wide variety of crops. This is incorrect because it has poor soil, and option E is false. Number 47, which of the following elements constitutes the highest percentage of mass in Earth's crust? The answer would be option A, because it's at 47%. Option B, aluminum is around 8%. Option C, carbon is less than 2%. Option D, potassium is at 2%. And option E, nitrogen is less than 2%. Number 48, if an incandescent light bulb used for lighting has an efficiency rating of 5%, then for every 1.00 joule of electrical energy consumed by the bulb, which of the following is produced? The answer is D, 0.05 joule of light energy. Option A is too much. Option B is incorrect because it would be light energy. Option C is too much. And option E, it is incorrect because it is not heat energy. We are discussing light energy. Number 49, the ultimate source of energy for terrestrial ecosystems is E, the sun. Number 50, all the following gases have been implicated in contributing to the increase in global temperatures via the greenhouse effect, except the answer would be A. The rest of the answer choices are greenhouse gases.